I'm Todd Peel from SciPhD.com. On this installment of Career Break, I want to talk a little bit about CVs and resumes. One of the questions we get asked a lot is, what should I send out when I'm applying for a job? Is a CV appropriate or is a resume appropriate? Which is the best way to go? Fortunately, this is a really easy question to answer. If you're applying for an academic position, a CV is always the right choice. However, if you're applying for a commercial position, a position with a company, then the resume is the right choice. Now, of course, this brings up about what's the difference between the two and what should I look for when I'm making my resume. Well, that fortunately also boils down to two really key points. The first thing is keep your resume to one page. Remember, the people who are going to be looking at this are very busy people. They're taking time out of their day to look at your resume. So you want to keep it as short and sweet as you possibly can. And that means, in all cases, one page. Now, of course, this brings up the question of how do you handle things like your publications or your references. Things are a standard part of a CV. Well, in the case of a resume, you actually don't include those as part of the resume. You can do something for your publications like, I have X number of publications in peer-reviewed journals and they're available upon request. And then have a separate document that lists all of your publications. You can do something similar for your references as well. Just remember, you're applying for positions that really are entry-level positions or slightly above entry-level positions if you're currently a grad student or a postdoc. So there's no reason to go beyond one page on your resume. Now, the other point to keep in mind is the language that you're using in your resume. The bottom line is you never have just one resume. You're always tailoring that resume to the position you're applying for. And you do that by looking at the language used in the ad that you're responding to. They use that language for a specific reason. And that is, increasingly companies are using an automated scanning system to make a first cut of the resumes they get in response to an ad. They're looking for specific keywords and specific phrases in their resumes and in their cover letters. And if you're not using those, then odds are that your resume isn't going to make it past the first cut. Now, companies use the same language in the advertisement as they're looking for with the scanning system. So if you carefully read an advertisement and make sure that the language you're using in your resume is the same or very, very similar, odds are you'll increase your chances of getting a call for an interview. So really, if you keep those two things in mind, you'll probably have a much better resume than some of the other people that are out there. Now, if you need further help in working on your resume, if you're currently in grad school or a postdoc, be sure to check with your university's career office. They frequently have lots of advice and lots of resources for you to use. If you're no longer in a university, check with your local library or your local community college, as they frequently have help available. But be sure to pass your resume around your network. Get some feedback from people who are already out in industry. That's one of the critical things you can do, and it also lets people know that you're out looking for a job. I hope that helps. For SciPhD.com's Career Break, I'm Todd Peel.